Art Fair Confidential, the Be in the Know podcast for the art curious. Join the creators of Art Expo New York and Spectrum Miami art fairs as they delve into the passions of art collectors, the creative spirit of artists, the how-tos of a successful art business, and the importance of art in today's world, with interviews, discussions, and collaborations. Sponsored by Art Business News.
This is my first time doing this show and doing this size and caliber of show, and I've had a great experience. It's been a mix of meeting other artists. Either I'm from Santa Fe, so either here in Santa Fe or elsewhere, and also meeting collectors and getting into, they want to talk about the process of how I make my pieces and the meaning behind it. And so that's been fun to talk about that. Well, I've always loved doing art, but mostly painting on canvas. When I taught university level for 17 years, I did not teach art. And so I just had that soul calling to want to put that aside and do art. I quit my job in 2015. It wasn't until 2018 that I decided to dive into clay. And that has been so fun to work in 3D instead of 2D, nose, eyes, hands. So I enjoy both, but right now I'm really clay-centered. I try to mirror what's happening in the 2D into the 3D. And so with the female figures, the flowering vines, which to me mean evolution, self-growth, transformation, it's been fun to have that, in a 2D version of a body, and then be able to actually physically wrap it around and wrap around arms and legs of a sculpted piece. So hopefully that message gets through. I love talking to the artists and hearing about their process, because you can see them just light up and, they just gush forward with this passion. And so now I'm in that seat where I can talk about my passion and my process, and I really enjoy that. And you can tell when you're making a connection with a viewer. And, they may have their own interpretation of the piece, their own story. So I don't want to push my interpretation, but it always opens up a new conversation, and maybe they see something in my piece that I haven't thought of, and so that I can take that into sculpting new pieces. So very valuable. Yes, I have heard goddess, forest nymph, that they look like me, which everybody says that. I think it's the blue eyes. So it's really fun to hear other people's interpretation. Oh, I also got Roman sculpture with a modern twist. I have never thought of that before. So, it's all kind of in the back of my mind, and I'll process that, and maybe that'll be something I'll use to either promote or to incorporate into new pieces. Well, being a newbie, at the show and this scale of show, it has been super valuable to talk to people who have done this before or other shows of this type before. And it's just kind of through the artist's grapevine. You'll hear, little pieces of information, and it's been a real education. So I like that, because, it's not something you see in the promotional material for the show. One thing that I've really been struck by, at least at this show, the vibe is very positive, and artists helping artists has been very positive. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it as well. Yes, they have been. I signed up and was accepted in January for this show. And so all through these, 7 months or so, the response has been immediate, been very helpful. And now I've gotten to meet people face to face I've been emailing with. And so they've been extremely helpful.
Listen to more of the Art Fair Confidential podcasts at redwoodartgroup.com/podcasts. And we'd love to hear your feedback as well as suggestions for new topics. Just drop us a note at info@redwoodartgroup.com or click on the comments box at the bottom of the podcast website page. Remember to stay in the know. Join us next time for more Art Fair Confidential.